What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check it out. So it seems like the media right now is struggling to understand what's going on with this Stellar Blade situation, which to me is just pretty straightforward. The game was censored. Tried not to censor things. Let's go ahead and run a campaign to have it uncensored. I'm not sure what Paul Tassi from Forbes isn't understanding, but here's his headline. Stellar Blade's new censorship controversy is extremely bizarre. What's bizarre about it? We don't want the game censored. The game was advertised and promised a certain way. Give us that game. Don't censor it. And really what it comes down to, it's like the selective censorship, all right? Because people have been absolutely talking about that. Yeah, and if you check out hashtag Free Stellar Blade, like, yeah, people are talking about this, all right? People are posting this thing up. Like, PlayStation is not okay, you know, with Eve from Stellar Blade, but they're okay with these two cats from The Last of Us too. Like, oh, yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, right? Yeah, and then Grummz posted this one right here. Free Stellar Blade, summed up by Grok AI, is 10 times better than any journalist's smear explanation. Let's check this out. So it says, Stellar Blade censorship controversy has sparked heated debates among fans and critics, with the petition reaching 16,730 signatures. Actually, I think it's way above that now. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this thing has crossed 37,000, going on to 38,000. All right, it's eclipsing goals like crazy, right? Next goal is 50K. Yeah, I think they'll hit that today easily and probably be on to the next one after that. The controversy revolves around changes made to the game's costumes and other elements. Despite initial promises of the game being uncensored, this has led to discussions on the impact of censorship on artistic integrity and the hypocrisy of selective censorship. Sony and Shift Up, the game developers, face criticism and calls for addressing the issue and reconsidering their stance on censorship. The community is divided, with some expressing frustration over censorship and others arguing that the changes are insignificant. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I'm not sure like what these guys are struggling with to understand this over here at Forbes. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. Like, it's censorship. Don't censor things, and definitely don't selectively censor. So if this kind of content is okay over here, but this other kind of content isn't okay, and you need to censor it or whatever, like, what are we talking about? What are you guys doing here? Again, that's why Grummz has put together, you know, his 8-step plan to free Stellar Blade, all right? And again, I'll link that in the description below. Check it out, you know. I mean, the guy's getting, you know, death threats for it. At least check it out and read it. See what he got to say, all right? But yeah, let's go ahead and give equal coverage to old Paul Tassi from Forbes. Let's see what he's talking about. Stellar Blade has been at the center of a culture war practically since it was announced, with one side heralding it as the pinnacle of non-woke game design, featuring a scantily clad female lead, contrasted with others in the industry questioning her design. But now that the game is released, well-liked by players, well-received by critics, the same group is now saying that in some instances, Stellar Blade's lead is still not scantily clad enough. Namely, they are accusing developers Shift Up of censoring certain aspects of the game, including specific costume, and some are blaming PlayStation. This is all pretty bizarre, but I don't think there's anything bizarre about it. Again, you have the game advertised a certain way. Here's the character that you're going to be playing with. Here's Eve, okay? And we're going to, you know, this is how it is. We're not going to censor the game. They said they would not censor the game, but we have seen them come out and actually censor the game. Like, first off was the outfits, right? Like, yeah, this uncensored version, you know, a little bit of cleavage, all right? You come over to the censored version, all right? They've covered the cleavage up. I mean, clear censorship. I'm not sure what this guy is struggling with. And then you got the Holiday Rabbit one, right? Like, this is the one that everybody can clearly see, all right? Definitely showing more skin on this part. Cleavage definitely there, all right? You move over to this one. I mean, you can see there's definitely censorship. They put a shirt on her, you know, and then they have, I guess this part is a little bit more covered up, you know, as compared to this part here. And then, yeah, they censored some of the gore, all right? Before the blood patch, and you can see here, like, yeah, Eve is just absolutely dripping in blood, man. It's just covered, all right? After this death, all right, of this creature. Covered in blood, all right? And then over here, not covered at all, all right? Or not as covered. All right, you got some on her here and there, little splatters and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they clearly have censored some of the aspects of the game. But yeah, let's go back to Paul Tassi. So here's what's going on. He says a couple of the game's dozens of outfits for Eves were seemingly changed in minor ways from the patch-free disc version of the game to its final release. This was not the version reviewers had, as that was already patched once. But if you forego all the patches, these old costumes can be seen on the disc. There's one main costume in question, a bunny-style swimsuit, which added a bit of lace to the chest and a small amount of coverage in the hips. Another costume had a bit of netting added to the chest area. A couple more may or may not have barely visible differences, but these are the main ones repeatedly brought up. From the outside perspective, it's odd players could perseverate on this to such a degree that given those outfits are still enormously revealing, and there are a dozen or two other outfits just as revealing, if not more so, in the same regions where those costumes were censored. But the counterclaim is that any amount of changes like this should be considered censorship and should be protested vehemently. Shift Up was asked about this directly at one point. They say outright, the final costume we wanted to show you was the one that is seen in the patch, leading many people to point out that this was simply the developer's vision for those outfits, rather than someone pressuring them to change it. There is also no hard evidence Sony had demanded these tiny changes. Okay, then there should be no problem changing it back, all right? If there's no issues, like, oh, you know what? Sony didn't demand this. We have no evidence. Sony should change it back. Look, let me say something about this, all right? He's saying, well, it's kind of odd that, you know, players are tripping off of these small changes. Again, it's the slippery slope argument that these idiots never seem to understand, all right? They never seem to understand the slippery slope arguments when they're presented to them, all right? And again, it's the selective, all right? The selective censorship. Oh, you're going to censor this but not censor that. Oh, we'll just censor this one little tiny little thing. Okay, well then what's next? Next, you're going to be censoring the whole damn game. All right? We just make these tiny little things here, there, here, there, here, there, and it just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, the gamers are like, don't censor anything. If this is the original vision is what you had in the original disc. Okay? Now, again, I will say for a person that is playing the game, I'm still currently getting past. I think I got past that monster finally. Things like crazy. It's fun. It's fun. It's not as difficult. I just need to like get some of the keys movements down and everything. But as a person that's playing the game, I'm not tripping on the like the costumes and all that kind of stuff. That's just not who I am. I'm not a costume guy. I don't be like, oh my God, I need to see this, this, and this in the costumes. But, and same thing with the blood splatters and all of that stuff. I'm more into the gameplay, and the game is a lot of fun to play. However, I am completely 1000% against censorship. All right. I mean, if they hadn't censored it, I probably wouldn't have noticed either way. For those that care about censorship, hell yeah. Push that line. Get over here with Grummz and get with this 8-step plan. All right? Don't listen to this idiot. Oh, what's the big deal? It's only a little cloth. Oh, why are you guys complaining about it? Well, again, because we don't want censored games. Period. And so, yeah, the message, again, must be delivered right now. Oh, hey, y'all censoring this shit? Hey, we gonna shut this down, shut that down. We closing up shop. We not messing with you. We're gonna send our petitions. We're gonna make our voices heard because we do not want censorship. That's basically it. And I think people would do this for this game or for any other game. All right? Any game that's out there or any movie that's out there. Like, these guys like to censor things. Hey, I want the original version. All right? You guys know how I am. Give me what the original creators wanted. And, you know, they could come out here and say, oh, well, you know, this is the final costume we want to show you. I call bullshit. I mean, I'm not saying he's lying, but I'm not saying that he's being 100% honest. Okay? So, you know, I mean, there's that. But, yeah, I think people just don't want the censorship. All right? That's all it is to it. A one-sided issue is that Shift Up previously advertised that Stellar Blade would be released uncensored in all regions. They absolutely did. Though that was mainly a statement about them dealing with Japan's often conservative rating board, that they didn't have to cut out anything for them or other regions. But now players are lumping these small costume changes into the censorship idea and accusing the game of falsely advertising itself. Well, again, this is what we're talking about. There's a big difference here. I'm sorry. All right. If this is the character in the game originally, this needs to be the character over here too. The uncensored version. There's a big difference in the costumes. I can see that. And again, I'm not a person that pays attention to this shit. But I can even see, yeah, there's a big difference in these two costumes, you know? And so again, if the goal is to release the game uncensored, then release the game uncensored. There is an additional complaint that gore has been censored in the final game, but that does not appear to have actually happened with play settings. performance quality being responsible for different textures appearing or not appearing. The game is still plenty gory. Oh, okay, well, maybe that's the case, you know. All right, maybe there's some setting that you can put on there to make there more of a blood splatter, but you can see the difference that we saw there. The argument comes down to the idea that this is talking about a couple of inches of fabric on a couple of outfits in a game full of even more revealing outfits that weren't changed. Well, again, that's not the point. All right, it's not a point of how many. I don't care if they changed one outfit. If they changed one outfit, hey, and if they changed it for the reasons of censorship, all right, we want to censor this game. We don't want this version of the game being available because, you know, Sony is a little, no, we can't do that. That's the issue. So, yeah, get over there with Grummz' tweet. The plan hasn't changed, all right? Stellar Blade is a huge win. Support it, but cancel your PSN Plus membership. Send Sony a clear message about censorship. Sign the petition. Again, this is up to 33K, all right? And then I guess now, again, let me just refresh this to see where it's at this point. Probably already past 38. Yep, 38, 319, all right? 38,319. Again, this thing will definitely hit 50K before the end of the day, I'm quite sure. But yeah, rock with Grummz and what he's doing. Let me give this thing a like and a retweet right now, actually. You know, some people saying, I'll hold off on buying this until I can be confident the drama is over. The censorship ruins the fun for me. It's like finding a fly in my yogurt. Yeah, I get you on that one, Greatest Vol. I definitely understand that. Holy shit, I signed the other day. It skyrocketed since then. I'm doing my part. Yeah, I think everybody that cares about this stuff needs to do their part. Oh, hey, mate, you should share this, retweet, spread the message. Oh, fuck yeah, spread it. PC Gamer here. Don't worry, I'll wait. Yeah, I think the PC cats are going to be able to do whatever it is they want to do with the game. Some clarification, please, Grummz. Should we cancel our PSN PlayStation Network or our PlayStation Plus? Asking because without PSN, folks won't have access to, can't use some games they own. And without PlayStation Plus, they lose access to a separate library of games they don't own. I'm pretty sure it's PlayStation Plus, I'm guessing. I think he put Plus in there, right? Yeah, I think he probably meant PlayStation Plus with this PSN Plus. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he meant by that. I think that's what he meant by that. He probably means PlayStation Plus. It's the one subscription where you pay to play with other people. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So yeah, yeah, just for that clarification. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, folks, look, I feel like this. These mainstream outlets and all of these clowns or whatever, yo, they don't really care about the situation. They really want to come after the fans any way they can. And the fans are speaking and the fans are saying, yo, we're not with this censorship shit. And they're, oh, it seems like a nothing burger to me. I don't know why you guys even care about a couple of inches of cloth. Again, it's that whole slippery slope, all right? You allow this, what are you going to allow next? Next thing you know, the game's completely destroyed. It's kind of how DEI seeped into everything. You know, you allow a little bit and all of a sudden DEI is controlling all of your entertainment. You know, so yeah, at some point in time, the line must be drawn here. All right. You guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.